And here is the Writer's Almanac for Sunday, the 5th of December, 2021. It's the birthday of the poet Christina Rossetti, London, 1830, who gave us the Christmas carol in the bleak midwinter. Frosty wind made moan, earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone. It's the birthday of Calvin Trillin, born Kansas City, 1935. His father was a Ukrainian immigrant, ran a grocery store. Trillin said, "It was a given in our family that my father was a grocer so that I wouldn't have to be." His father read a novel called Stover at Yale, but a young man at Yale decided that his son would go to Yale someday, and so he did, eventually wound up writing for the New Yorker magazine. Calvin Trillin, who said, "The most remarkable thing about my mother is that for 30 years she served the family nothing but leftovers. The original meal has never been found." It's the birthday of Joan Didion, Sacramento, 1934. Shy girl, loved to read, went to University of California, Berkeley. Because it was so big, she wanted to be anonymous. Won first place in an essay contest for Vogue. Her prize was a job at the magazine, where she started her writing career. She wrote essays about 60s counterculture, but she was an outsider to all of that. She was a Goldwater Republican. It's the birthday of Rose Wilder Lane, born in De Smet, South Dakota, 1886, grew up in poverty with her father Almanzo and her mother Laura Ingalls Wilder. Family struggled with crop failure and terrible debt, finally settled in the Ozarks. And as soon as she could, Rose left home. She went to San Francisco, Paris, New York, Berlin, made her living as a freelance journalist, became one of the highest paid female writers in the country. In 1930, her mother wrote an autobiography called Pioneer Girl. It was turned down by several publishers, and one of them suggested that she rewrite it as a children's book. And Rose Lane decided to help her mother with the rewriting. And together they created the Little House on the Prairie books. Nobody is sure how much the daughter influenced the book. She was at least the editor, sometimes the ghostwriter. She wrote to her mother about some changes. A good bit of the detail that I add to your copy is for pure sensory effect. And her mother replied, "Do anything you please with the damn stuff if you will fix it up." But clearly, without Rose Wilder Lane, the Little House books would probably not exist. Here's a poem for today by Megan Sterling with the long title, "Upon Hearing the UN's Report that 1 million animal and plant species are at risk of extinction due to climate change and human activity." Winter comes later, and the grass never fills in the front yard. Small brown rings like a pox. After nights of heavy sky and heat, cows and dogs bow low as if weather carried weight. We watch our daughter, painted white with zinc, in rough grass, make believe she is a cow, and laugh up the dying trees. Pretends now she is a squirrel she remembers from the tale of Squirrel Nutkin. Laughs into the echo. She gathers and piles dried oak leaves, threads them together on the crumbling crown she places on my head. A poem by Megan Sterling, upon hearing the UN's report that 1 million animal and plant species are at risk of extinction due to climate change and human activity, from her collection These Few Seeds, published by Terrapin Books and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.